Today's sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, Cleveland, Ohio, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed, and that means we are set for football at Huntington Bank Field. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Cleveland Browns. The veteran Dustin Hopkins has this one teed up, and we are underway here in Cleveland. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now, he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential. And he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future. We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Caught on the right side, Reed. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Love. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return, Carter. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And at quarterback, a longtime signal caller in the National Football League, former Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco.
Remember when the conversation was, is Joe Flacco elite? Well, at one point, he was elite enough to not only win a Super Bowl, but be named the MVP of that game. And for a time, one of the top-paid quarterbacks in the league. Not bad for a young man who transferred to Delaware from Pitt while in college. This guy has had a great career. Not many chances now to lead an offense, but still capable if put on the field.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. A gain there of 21 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Flacco steps away to his left. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
First down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Once again, Judkins And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. We're scoreless after 1. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. To pass, Flacco. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deontay Johnson, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for the Browns.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Off the play fake, Love. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Set, ready, set, hut. 60 red. 60 red. Set.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here comes Carter. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Passing play, Flacco. Into the hands of Cedric Tillman. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 13-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Flacco will take to the air again. He'll swing this out to Jenkins. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Flacco. That's going to be caught by Judy. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
The 3-yard line.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Lucas Van Ness. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Flacco looks to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Joe Flacco, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
I'd have to say we're all a little bit surprised there because at his age, with his speed, or should I say lack thereof, the only rushing touchdowns I would expect are on quarterback sneaks. But here, he found all of his guys covered. He said, why not? And by the way, if that doesn't fire up your team to see the veteran like that risking his body for the touchdown, I don't know what will.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for the Browns.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd down at the 28-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hanson with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the halftime report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the second quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half, so let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. A two-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
At the 36-yard line.
Now it's Flacco. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Now Flacco. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there, waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
The Browns send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. A 40-yard punt, no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well in the second half.
Love's pass, complete to Jaden Reed. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 20.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Completed out left to Dobbs. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Love will sneak it. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain on the play. First down, Green Bay.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4.
Ready up.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up
second down. Jacobs once more. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. That is caught. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Packers.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6.
Second down.
Ready.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Love from the gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Love now. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Ready to take over again on offense, out comes Cleveland. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. On the ground, it's Judkins to start the drive. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
He's across midfield.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Whoa, Flacco's going to throw. This will be caught. Judy. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Here we go, set. Block 40. Set.
Throwing. Love. Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave.
On the ball.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 47-yard line.
And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. Here's 3rd and 3.
Ready. Ready.
Love looking to throw it. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Baker in on the tackle. A gain of 4 yards. And a Packer.
And he'll stop it with a spike here with 7 seconds left on the clock. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw now. Here's Love. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. One last shot now for Love. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound.